welcome to Fiscal News.
Today you will hear the most important fiscal news from the last 3 months.
The countries we will talk about are
Bulgaria,
Croatia,
France,
Germany,
Serbia,
and Spain.
Stay tuned. Latest announcements in Bulgaria state that probably there will be huge change regarding fiscalization, yet a whole new model. The newly elected government came up with ideas for introducing software-based fiscalization as an alternative to the hardware-based one, which is currently used in Bulgaria. It was announced by the government that the first deadline is the end of March, in which the VAT Act should be changed in previously mentioned terms to allow and present software-based fiscalization. Probably the new solution will affect sellers and retailers who use the CUPTO regime, sales reporting software. One of the main changes is regarding receipts. Electronic receipts will replace paper ones in certain economic sectors. According to announcements, some new requirements will need to be implemented and also be added to some current requirements. More precisely, the software will have to meet certain requirements such as integrity and completeness of the data, identification of user, model of software, etc. At this moment, there are no details regarding deadlines, which will all probably be published in the coming weeks. The business and the revenue agency are still working on refining the texts and electronic receipts and, in the general case, shopping through the e-shop in Bulgaria. The big step is also to make and present a legal framework that will have to be implemented in the project.
The goal of the Croatian government is to introduce euro as the official currency starting January 1st, 2023. The law states that after the EU Council makes a decision on the adoption of the euro and adopts a decree which will determine the fixed exchange rate, the government will announce other important dates. Those are, firstly, the date of the introduction of the euro, then a date when a fixed conversion rate will be introduced, and also a date when the double circulation of the euro and kuna will end. Important dates also are the date of the beginning and the end of the dual display of prices and other issues necessary for the introduction of the euro. The exchange of kuna cash for euro cash will be possible in banks, branches of financial agency and Croatia Post Office, Hrvatska pošta, within 12 months from the date of the introduction of the euro. Citizens will be able to exchange 100 kuna banknotes and 100 kuna coins per transaction, free of charge. After the period of 12 months, the exchange will be performed only by the Croatian National Bank, also free of charge. The exchange of banknotes will be without a time limit and coins until the expiration of 3 years from the date of the introduction of the euro. The period of dual circulation, that transitional period in which kuna and the euro will be in circulation at the same time, will last 14 days from the date of the introduction of the euro. The law also contains details on exemptions for dual circulation, and those are slot machines, amusement machines, self-service desks, and ATMs.
Where are you going through the certification process in France recently? The 2.2 version of the NF 525 certification rule were validated by AFNOR certification on July 19, 2021. The implementation date of version V 2.2 is immediate for invoicing software and for new applicants. From 1st October 2021 for already certified software and for next recertification. The new version of NF 525 certification rules is preparing POS editors and retailers for upcoming change regarding mandatory e-invoicing and upcoming change in advance payment becoming a fiscal transaction in France. To that extent, some new definitions were added, such as advance payment, down payment, electronic invoicing software, cashback. From July 1st, 2024, a three-stage deployment of the reform of the electronic invoicing will be implemented, and from January 1st, 2023, in the event advance payment, the finance law for 2022 advances the date of the payment of VAT at the time of payment instead of the realization of the operation.
For fiscalization in Germany, we will give a reminder for new mandatory receipt elements. Due to a regulatory change, TSC, Technical Security Element Serial Number, must be added to receipts as 1st of January 2024. Both receipts without or with QR code must contain the serial number in hexadecimal format. Also, as a reminder, starting January 1st, 2024, the latest, a receipt must also include the signature value and the serial signature counter established by the security module. The mentioned elements can be printed on the receipt or be included in the QR code.
Deadline for new subsidies. Have you heard that the Minister of Finance, Sini Shamali, has announced a new deadline for applying for financial support for transition to the new fiscalization model? All taxpayers of fiscalization who did not apply within the first deadline will be able to apply for state subsidies for the purchase of new fiscal cash registers within the period from March 15th to April 5th. Each taxpayer can apply for financial support only once and cannot subsequently change the application. A formal decision on a new deadline for applying for subsidies was adopted on the 10th of March at the session of the Government of Serbia. The grace period for implementation of new fiscalization model in Serbia ends on April 30th, where will be no postponing of the date.
Spain is not fiscal yet, but still, Spanish government presented new draft bill on technical requirements for software and information systems supporting standardization of invoices. In this draft bill, specific technical requirements to register transactions under a standardized format are mentioned to become mandatory, including detailed information on VAT and issuing of invoices. New information systems for invoices must allow the real-time reporting of invoices to tax authorities, although this would not be required yet as of 2024, while the bill is expected to enter into force by 24th January 2024. Here are some of the most important requirements. Information invoice systems and software must guarantee the protection of the invoice data registered, as well as its integrity, conservation, accessibility, and non-alteration. Data protection of the invoice register is a must, avoiding any modification of the information after the invoice is issued. Functionality of the system is also a requirement, so that the system allows the traceability of the data registered on the system, allowing the administration to have immediate access and extracting data registered. And also, information systems must allow the automatic and instant reporting of all invoice registers to the tax authorities.
And that will be all for today. Thank you for watching and keep following us.
Since we definitely follow the most important news around the world and are an innovative company, we will use this opportunity to invite you to our
masterclass.
See the link below and definitely join us starting May 2nd to learn more about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and NFTs.
Thank you once again for watching and stay tuned.
Goodbye.
Bye.